Welcome back to Clean with Kate. It's Monday morning and I'm trying to do my weekly home blessing. So I just thought I'd just run you through the things that I do. They're not in any particular order. This is not the order that FlyLady necessarily does them. This is what I do for my weekly home blessing. So as part of my weekly home blessing, I deal with the mail that's come in during the week. I empty the bins, and I deal with paper clutter. So I set a timer, usually for between 10 and 15 minutes, and I deal with each of these tasks for between 10 and 15 minutes. I think today I might just do 10 minutes. There's a lot going on, as you can probably hear. Our sort of flower meadow and orchard is being trimmed today, and we also have lots of other things going on that I'll probably show you later on. Some really interesting things happening here today. Anyway, but for now, I'm going to try and focus, and then I'm going to vacuum the hard floors, going to vacuum the carpets, dust, and then I'm going to polish glass and windows, and I'm going to mop the floors. Now, I won't get all of the house done in this, but I'm going to start, each week I start in a different area. And this week, as we are in zone 1, I'm going to start in zone 1, because that way I'll make sure that I have actually done a little bit of zone work as well. So if the week gets really hectic and I don't get to do my zone work later in the week, I will get to do some today. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of zone 5 cleaning, because actually last week was busy. I didn't get a lot of zone cleaning done. Anyway, I better get off my bottom if I'm actually going to start. It's very nice sat here. I'm sat in the entrance hallway to my house. As you can hear, there's a lot of noise, so I really hope you're going to be able to hear me over all the background noise. But I need to do this today, so I thought you might like to join me, because things aren't always perfect, are they? Sometimes there's lots going on. Anyway, I think since I've got the big vacuum cleaner out here, I think I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to use the timer on my watch, so you probably won't be able to hear the timer. Just because I need to keep the timer with me, and the one on my watch is very good. I'll set it for 10 minutes and I'm going in. Hope you can hear me okay. So you might want to turn your volume down now, because I'm going to be vacuuming with I think I've got the rotating brush on. We'll find out. Oh no, this isn't that's not a great start, is it? Henry's head's fallen off. Actually, this isn't the rotating brush, so maybe I should change brush heads. This is just a normal brush, but maybe that's just me being effective. I think this is the floor brush, so let's go onto the floors. I've got quite a few different brushes to try out today. So I've got this floor brush, which is a new one. If you've been watching my videos, you'll see I recently bought... Oh golly, why is it's not moving? It's all tangled. I recently bought a new vacuum, because it's quite a large house. And we have other properties that we clean. Then I like to have one with a very long table, and I like to keep the vacuum cleaners around the house in different places, so that it makes it a bit easier for me. So the purpose of the weekly home blessing clean is that it's a speed clean. So you're just getting the worst of vacuuming the worst areas. Golly. Okay, I'm just going to try and get under here. I'm just debating whether to go into the corners, but actually I think what I'll do is when I change my brush head, I'll go into the corners with the smaller brush head. So for now, I'm just getting the high traffic areas. This would be a lot easier if I tidied up first, because there's quite a lot of clutter about. As you may have gathered, we're not minimalists. I'm not going to hyper-focus on this, although I am going to try and do a little bit of detail cleaning. Initially, I'm just getting the high traffic areas. And I'm going to put the dusting head on to get into the corners later. I might count that as my dusting today, although there is quite a lot of dusting to do. Right, so am I going to change heads? What am I doing with the other head? I did have another head with me. I think I'm going to change... Whoops, that was noisy, isn't it? Let's just switch that off for a minute. I did have another head with me. Where's it gone? Because what I want to do today is I also have got a Hetty down here. She's got a different head on, but I thought I'd got some more heads out. Oh my goodness, I'm having a sidetrack moment. I did get other heads out. I knew I had. Now it'd be interesting to see how easy these heads are to change. This particular vacuum cleaner came with a lot of different heads, and one of them, I believe, this one is a stair head. So I'd like to try and see if I can change it. How do I do this? Ah, that might work. Let's hope this goes onto here. I haven't done this before. Right, somebody kindly explained to me that they thought, whoa, that was noisy. That's quite effective, but it is noisy, so you may want to turn the volume down. I'm finding this quite difficult to use at the moment. I think if I've got it on right. How do we use this? Oh, golly, that goes fast. I think I may need to adjust this head. It doesn't feel like it's on right. I don't think I'm doing this right at all. Golly, this is not as easy as I thought it would be. I wonder if it needs a longer... Let's try it with something different. Oh my goodness, the best laid plans. I really should have started with something easier. Let's try this one. This is also, I think, a stair brush. I'm hoping that this will save me having to climb up the stairs on my hands and knees because it's got a longer handle on. It's just a matter of experimenting, I think. This vacuum cleaner has a lot of different heads to my old one. It's definitely, and I think I bought an extra sort of pack to go with it. There's a lot of cobwebs up here. I'm not sure when these stairs last got done. I think it may have been when we were in zone 1. Because it's quite a big staircase and the house is 3 stories. So the stairs don't get done as often as I'd like. Just because it's quite hard work. And I only have so many hours in the day. But I do try and make sure that when we're in zone 1, I give them a clean. So I hope you're able to see. This is quite awkward. I don't want to fall down the stairs while I'm doing it, showing you. I might have to do the rest with a different attachment. I think that is as far as I can go with this one. I think this vacuum cleaner is probably too big for me to bring upstairs. Because I don't think it'll balance on the stair. I think I'd need to use Hetty for this. Oh, it's interesting to see. Look at all that that's come out of the carpet. Hello, that's a lot of fluff. And this brush head seems to... I don't think I've used this brush head on the carpet in the past. So you can see they were definitely ready for doing. I think I've used the dusting brush in the past. But this definitely lifts a lot more fluff and dirt. Right, so I've done most of the stairs with that attachment, but I don't think I'm going to have to use a smaller vacuum to do the stairs. Right, let me just switch off so it's not so noisy. I'm going to put the fluff there and come back for that, I think. Right, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. I think I'm just going to keep going. I did want to put the turbo brush on. How am I going to change the turbo brush? I think having to change the brush heads does make it more complicated. Let's see how easy they are to change. Oh, good, they are easy. Right, I'm going to do the carpet with the turbo head. On my old vacuum cleaner, I didn't used to change the heads as much as this. Oh, golly, this is annoying. They keep falling off. This might be the downside. That in order to make them easy to change, also means they fall off. Let's go with the turbo brush on the carpet. Is it making a difference? Is this better than the other one? Is this the carpet brush? No, it's the aero brush. I think it's meant for the carpet. It's to put me straight if you know otherwise. How long have I got left on my timer? 2 minutes 52. Okay, I'll try not to hyper-focus. The idea is that I want to get as much done as possible in my 10 minutes. Do you know what? I think maybe 10 minutes is unrealistic today. Because I'm using a new vacuum cleaner that I bought recently, I think maybe I need to give myself a bit more time to get used to using the different heads. So actually, I normally split it up into carpets and hard floors. But because I'm working in this zone, you can see it's a mixture of carpets and hard floors. Although the turbo brush is very noisy. Well, it is noisy. Very noisy if you put it onto the hard floors. It's better on the carpet, so I think that's what it's designed for. So I might just stick to the carpets, the rugs, with the turbo brush. I have got quite a bit of moth damage on these rugs, unfortunately. I think it's all damage, but I will need to check them while I'm in this zone for moth damage, fresh moth damage, and put moth treatment on if there is any damage. The places the moths tend to go are just under the furniture legs. Right, Hetty, you're going to need to move. Okay, back at it now. Whoops. I think the turbo brush is a little bit heavier going than the other brush, in my opinion. Just switch it off. Whew, golly, that is noisy and heavy. That is the only downside to the bigger vacuum cleaner. I think it is heavier to drag around. There's not much in it, to be fair. When Hetty's full, she's pretty heavy. I think Hetty's made of a more solid construction than this one, so maybe the weights are very similar. Right, I'm going to vacuum in here now with the turbo brush, because I don't think I did much in here last week. So I'm actually mixing up my two vacuuming sessions today, which I don't normally do, because I normally do my kitchens first. But this week, because there's some activities going on in the kitchen, I'm focusing on a different part of the house. So this is the main lounge of the house. You may have seen it before when we were in this zone, and I was doing some zone work. So if you follow the Flylady Cleaning System, I would do this when I was in zone 5, which is the lounge. This is the main lounge living room in the house. And this is very much a winter room. It's a lovely room at Christmas. It has a log burner, and we have a Christmas tree in the bay window there. So it's a really nice Christmas family room. Oh no, the timer on my wrist is going off. I don't think 10 minutes is going to be enough. I think I am going to give myself more time. But on the other hand, I've got a lot of tasks to do. Let me just switch that off for a minute while I cancel the timer. I'll reset the timer because I'm mixing up my two vacuuming sessions here. So I've got another 10 minutes of vacuuming. I'm not sure I'm going to get upstairs today. It's quite a warm day. So I think, to be fair, because it's warm, so I'm just folding this throw while I'm in here. To be fair, since it's quite warm, I think I may be best just doing 10-minute sessions. Otherwise, I think it's just going to be too much for me. It's too much of a workout. And I'm going to get too tired, I think. I think the trick is to pace yourself, split it into small chunks, manageable chunks, and for me, today, 10 minutes feels manageable. Right, that's better than it was. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit, because the bits around the chairs are always the bits that seem to collect crumbs. But this room hasn't had that much use recently. But I probably do need it to come in and give it a detailed vacuum, because it did miss its detailed vacuum last week. And again, this is a wool rug, so we do tend to get moth damage, and moths at this time of year particularly. Moths want to lay their eggs in the rug, and then the little grubs that hatch out then eat the rugs over winter. It's horrible. Carpet moths are a real problem. If you have wool rugs. Particularly, we managed to introduce the moths with it when we bought an antique rug into the house, and unfortunately we didn't realise it had moths, and we stored it for a while before we actually laid it out, and unfortunately during that time all these little grubs hatched into moths and they flew all over the house. Whereas actually now what we know is, if you ever buy an antique rug, the first thing you need to do is lay it out, ideally outside if you can in the sun, and give it a really, really good vacuum. Look for any signs of moth damage. Ideally look for any signs of moth damage before you bring it home. And then if there is any sign, you need to spray it with a moth treatment to kill the grubs. Right, okay, well that's a good start. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay, I'm just going to pop this vacuum out the way. And I think I'm going to use Hetty because she has got a different brush on. And I'm still going with vacuuming. So I'm going through now into a different part of the house. So let me plug Hetty in. Where am I going to plug her in? Let's plug her in down here. Just going down to the socket. Bear with me, you're probably just getting a lovely view of my skirt. Right, she's plugged in. Golly, there's a lot to do in here. I can see I need to come and dust with a vacuum in here. I think there's bits of flowers everywhere. Right, I've just got a different head on Hetty today. This is the hard floor brush, I think. Oh, it's very insubstantial. I don't know if it's going to be up to doing these wooden floors. It is very insubstantial, this brush. I'm not sure I'm a fan of all these new brushes. This one just doesn't feel like it's up to the job. It's okay on the tiled floors, but it's making a bit of a meal of these wooden floors. Maybe I'm using it for the wrong thing. Whoops, Hetty's tangled. So let's just go over here. This room doesn't get done every time I'm in zone 1, but I try to do it most times we're in zone 1. Oh, there's a lot of plant debris in here. Oh, is that a spider I saw? Hope not. We do have a lot of big spiders. I've just spotted an absolutely enormous one. Do you know, am I going to... No, I'll do that with a dustpan and brush, because otherwise I think it's going to block my vacuum. I am going to have to do some really detailed cleaning in here, but for now I'm just doing the weekly home blessing cleaning. So I'm just giving it a quick once over. Just get the worst of it out. Oh my goodness. Let's do the entrance to the conservatory. I'm going to need to brush out the conservatory. There's so many leaves in there. And if I do it with the Hetty, I think it's just going to fill her up completely, and I won't get much else done. So that's going to have to. I'm going to have to do quite a lot of detailed cleaning this week. And I do want to pull out all these chairs and look for moths. Yes, this carpet definitely is one that's susceptible. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave that for now. Let's go around the edges. So the weekly home blessing is literally just cleaning the busy areas of the house. Not going into the corners. It's basically a surface clean, a speed clean. When you do your detailed cleaning, you go into the corners. And I'm realising I'm going to need to spend quite a bit of time this week detail cleaning, because the house really does need it. It's been a really busy summer. We have a lot of houseplants. We always end up with bits everywhere. I'm just going to get the worst of the houseplant mess up from there. A bit on the floor, I might get that while I'm at it. Somebody's left the pet blind down in here, which I need to put up. Let some light in for the plants. I'm going to do that while I'm in here, because I may forget later. Switch that off. Let's let a bit of light in, otherwise it's too dark in here. For the poor plants, they'll all die. Right, okay, let's straighten the towel. Sidetrack moment. Okay, where are we going now? Okay, well, actually, did I do the hard floors in the big entrance? I don't think I did them in here. I think I went on the carpet and missed the hard floors out. Oh, there's a dead spider. So yeah, I definitely missed them. Someone spotted that one. So let's do the hard floors. Come on, Hetty. Let's just have a quick vacuum around. This is not a vacuuming under thing. This is just the traffic areas, as I said before. Anyway, do you do a weekly home blessing or weekly cleaning routine? What does your weekly cleaning routine look like? I think I'm going to go through into the kitchen now, because I've done most of this. Let's switch that light off. I don't want to waste electricity. I'm just going, I've got a bit of time left. The kitchen's not actually too bad today. It is a bit messy. As you can see, I've been working in here. But it's not too bad, because we were out working all day yesterday, and then I think, what did my husband do special up Friday for me? he helped me on Friday with the pressure of Friday. So I did one part and he did the two parts. So actually, on Friday evening, or it could have even been Saturday morning, this room got a vacuum and a mop. So it's not actually too bad. It's a huge relief. It's nice not starting the week with too much. This is just speed cleaning. I'm trying to go into the corners a little bit, but that is my perfectionism, I think. Oops, I think I'm going to need to move Hetty. Let's just do what I can here, what I can reach. I'm going into this pantry as well. I don't think my husband did this on Friday, so that would benefit from a quick, just a really quick speed vacuum. Not going into the corners. This will get done when I do my detailed kitchen cleaning. Right, I'm switching that off now. Oh. Golly, I am working hard today. Oh, there's some mail coming. I'll just get the mail. Oops. Let's pop that. I'm going to be dealing with the mail later on when I deal with the bins. Right, let's unplug Hetty. She's done her job in this part of the house for now, although I think I will need to bring her back later. I think over summer I often struggle to get my zone cleaning done. I find it much easier to do it in winter when it's cooler, and also there's less distraction in winter. Winter's not as distracting for me as summer. We're much busier in summer because of lots of reasons really, but one of them is that we also have a big garden. We tend to, and in summer that's a lot more involved. Right, I have just had the genius idea of what to do with my Henri box, which I sat here at the moment, which is to keep all the Henri tools in it. So I might stick it in my vacuum cupboard and keep all the tools in it so they're all in one place. Because at the moment it's a little confusing locating them all. I'm all sort of rammed in the cupboard, but not in any particular order, or not even in a container. Right, how much longer have I got? Is it even worth plugging in? Not really. I think I'm going to switch this light off. I think I need a drink of water as well. I think because I'm talking as well, I think I'm probably getting more tired than I would normally. Right, let's pop some lights on in here. I think it's time to stop vacuuming probably and drink some water. Yep, there's the 10-minute time again. Well, I haven't got as much done as I would have liked, but I have got something done. So that's my 2 vacuuming sessions on my weekly cleaning. And now I'm going to drink some water. It's always important to drink plenty when you're working on the house because it is a workout. Oh my goodness, what I normally do, I normally set it on my watch as a workout, and I've forgotten to do that. I normally set it on my watch as other, and then it tracks my calorie burn, it tracks how many steps I've done, it tracks my heart rate. It's good. Golly, I'm just taking a break for 2 minutes. I wonder where to stop there and do it in 3 parts this week, because it is quite warm and I'm getting quite hot. Do you know what? I think I might just keep going. Right, the time has been reset. What I'm going to do next involves the vacuum cleaner again. So that's good. I'm going to dust vacuum. So I think, where shall I start? That's a tricky one. I think I might start with Hetty because she's not quite as noisy. I think the Henri extra large is noisier. And I have spotted in here that this does need a good dust. So I'm going to take these sort of floor, whoops. That wasn't very clever, was it? I'm going to take the floor tool off. I don't like the way it falls apart all the time. Do you have a solution for that? Have you had the same problem? And I've spotted that this room needs a bit of a dust with a vacuum, I think. So I'm going to do this with the vacuum cleaner. So you might want to turn this is noisy dusting. So I'm in the dusting section now. I might use a duster, but I might not. I've put the dusting head on now. I'm just going to do the worst of the dusting. Do the windowsills, the dead flies. Just see what needs doing. Top of the log burner, just try dusting. And actually we'll be lighting that soon, so I'm just going to give that a quick... I'm just dusting things that I dust with the dusting head rather than with my dusters. This is always quite a mucky job, so that will benefit from it. I happened to notice this week there was a grey haze on top of this dresser, so I think I must have missed it in last week's weekly home blessing. It was one of the ones that I normally do, but I think somehow it may have got missed, or it may just be because it's so, we're living on a building site currently and everything is dusted. So this is me, this is my lazy dusting. I'm using the vacuum cleaner. This is not a detailed dust, this is literally just doing the bits that I can see. I'm not moving anything. I'm just getting the grey haze off. Or in this case, it might be an orange haze, a brick dust. Oh, right, I'm going up here now, dusting this old saddle that we have in here. Just a really quick dust. Dust the step, I think. Right, okay. What about the table? Does the table need a quick once over with the duster? Maybe. Oh, I've been collecting seeds, so it's made quite a bit of mess on the table. I've actually got seeds on the table falling out here, so that would probably benefit from a quick once over. Top of this dresser. Right, I think I might stop there and get my dusters out now. Right, I'm going to dust properly now with the dusting cloth. I just wanted to get that grey haze off. Mustn't get distracted. I keep seeing loads of other things that need doing. So I've got a little basket with dusting things in. So I'm going to take this and this, I think. I've also got my magic erasers in there for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to go and dust in the entrance hall. And that means that I will have got a little bit of my zone work done. I'll have done the dusting. I usually try and do this whatever zone we're in. When I'm doing my weekly home blessing, I always try and dust start my dusting in that zone. Because dusting doesn't actually take very long and you can get quite a lot done. And if I start in the zone, I can usually get most of the zone dusting done. Right. This is very useful, this thing. You just whiz it along the surfaces. Oh, there's dead flies in there. That's not great. And then I'm going to pop a bit of polish on here, on the wooden furniture, just because it makes it smell nice. I'm going to do the same on this one. And it just helps to keep the wood. This is a beeswax polish, which is the best sort really for natural woods. I'm just going to run it down here. It just keeps the wood sort of from drying out too much. This is a lovely little antique pier cabinet that we bought at auction probably about 11 or 12 years ago. And we have actually got quite a few glasses in it, but I do need to have a sort through this cupboard because most of these glasses don't get used very often. They used to get used a lot because they're close to the dining room. But now we've got a glass store in the new kitchen, then these don't get used nearly as much as they used to. So I probably need to rationalise them. Right, let's give the front of this one a really quick dust. It's just basically to get cobwebs, spiders, dust, all that sort of thing off. Good. They're looking nice and they're smelling nice. Whoops. Sorry about that. Just dust the top of that chair. Right, I'm going into the downstairs loo. I'm just going to dust the top of this. Give it a quick once over and down there. Just get the grey haze off. What else do I want to dust? Might dust this step. I could probably do with getting some polish on that actually. It is looking quite grubby. Just pop a bit of polish on it. It'll just make it look really, it reinvigorates the wood. Because this is actually a wooden step. Can you see the difference? Just popping a really simple beeswax. It's only a spray as well. But the wood just livens up and it smells wonderful. Right, okay, let me just have a quick dust around there. So this is real speed dusting. Let's get in down there as well. Just that also by doing this, I get to see what actually needs doing. When I come in and do a bit more detailed vacuuming, like there's lots of dead flies under there that I've just spotted. I'm going to need to shape my duster, I think, or change dusters. I think I might go over to the cloth. So I'm just going to put some more polish on the wood in the dining room. I might move these plants out the way. This hasn't had any polish on it. If this whatnot hasn't had any polish on it, I don't think, for a while. And because we have plants on it, it does sometimes get water spills on it. Oh, there's dead. Oh, we always have a spider living back here. There's lots of dead bits of flies, which is lovely, isn't it? I think I spotted the spider. I think I'm going to move. Our house is very spidery. I think it's my fault. Whoops, my camera's gone. I think that's my fault. What have I done to it? It's just readjust. I think that's my fault because I'm loath to hurt them. So I don't like killing spiders. I don't like vacuuming them up. So I kind of tolerate the spiders because I think, well, they eat the moths. Anyway, this is our drinks dresser, I suppose. Golly, this really could do with a proper taking all the bottles off it and giving it a really good clean this time round. It might not get done again till Christmas, but it would be a really good time if that needs washing. Look at this, it gets so grubby because it's used. So this is our sort of cocktail area. And actually I might do this while I'm in the zone this month. I think I'm going to come in here and give this a really good clean. So you can see how much it needs it. It's dusty and the wood would benefit from having the polish on it, just to prevent the alcohol taking the markings. I put these trays on top of here to protect the dresser and it works really well. But I do need to remember to come in and put some polish on them so that they can keep doing their job. Just give the radio a quick polish. I think it'll do it no harm. A little bit of beeswax. You can see the marks on here just by people putting wet glasses that aren't properly dry on there. It's left watermarks. I always pop a little bit of furniture polish on my radiators just because when the central heating comes on, which it may do in the next month or two, it just gives a lovely aroma of wood polish, which I love. Right, it's just literally dusting around. You can see all the dirt that's coming off onto this cloth. A microfiber cloth with a bit of polish on is a very effective duster. You don't have to have special dusting cloths, really. Yeah, actually, old t-shirts are very effective because then you can just throw them away afterwards. In fact, I should have thought of that and done it. Because those trays, I don't think I've done those trays for quite a while. And they're definitely very grubby. Grubbier. And if I'd realised, I probably wouldn't have used my nice microfiber cloth on them. All right. God, I hope I don't get these spiders out. I did actually get bitten by a spider recently in the garden, which was quite unpleasant. This is a little china cupboard. Most of the things in here were my husband's mother's. So they're things that she passed down to him. In that cupboard, it's like his little cabinet of curiosities. I'm just giving the tops of the wooden chairs a little polish, just because dust tends to collect on the flat surfaces. I think my timer might be going off. My wrist is vibrating. I'll just go over the top of this radiator because again, it's the tops of things that tend to collect dust, rather than the vertical surfaces. And it just looks so much nicer if everything hasn't got a layer of grey dust on it. Right, okay, timer's going. Golly, that was an intensive 10 minutes dusting. But you know what? I got quite a bit done. I think I might just whiz it across these chairs while I'm in here. There's a bit of damage on that chair. I hope that's not woodworm. It's the thing with an old house and old furniture. You always have to be on guard for things like woodworm and moths. Right, good. Right, I've made a start. I made a good start. All right, and this furniture is looking absolutely glowing after the furniture polish. I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to switch the lights off now. Just let me check I haven't left any of them on. I hope you've managed to stay with me for the last 30 minutes. Well done if you have. I hope you're managing to get some stuff done around your house, either some cleaning, routine cleaning or some weekly cleaning. Anyway, I think I'm going to take a break now. I've done 3 of my tasks. So I'm going to take a 15-minute break, have a sit down with a drink, probably make myself a nice cup of coffee, maybe sit down and read my book. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Bye for now.